Good morning, everyone. We have a chilly morning here in northern Maine. We are currently at -1 degrees, and it is a week left in February. Today's February 21st. Um, and pretty soon, within the next 12 days, we'll be starting our garden. So I want to talk to you about your growing zone. And I say we're in zone 4, and people always ask, what can I grow in my zone? Well, technically, you can grow anything in your zone, whether you grow it as an annual or a perennial. Um, when you look at your growing zone and it tells you what when your first and last frost dates are, people always say, well, can I grow this in my zone? Is it too cold here? Well, I know I'm not going to be able to grow oranges or lemons or grapefruit in this area. However, let me show you on my tablet. I brought up our growing zone here. If you look at your first and last frost date, it does not say anything about what you can and can't grow. Uh, People always think, well, what can I grow in my zone, which is why I'm doing this today. Your zone has nothing to delineate what you can and can't grow. Your zone is for what is your coldest temperature throughout the year. Zone 4 is for us is -30 in the winter. Uh, -20 is zone 5. -10 is zone 6. 0 degrees is zone 7, etc. What the zones are for is to let you know what perennials will last from one season to the next. So if I try to grow a zone 5, say lavender flower, okay, for our bees, and I'm expecting it to last through the winter and come back next year, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen for a zone 5 lavender. We are a zone 4, so I would need to grow a variety that will handle the cold temperatures. So I mean, you can start anything in your zone. What is more important is the amount of growing days. And on the garden planner here, it says our growing season is 105 days. Okay, from June 2nd to September 15th, 105 days. So what's more important is um, what can I grow in those 105 days? I'm not going to try to grow something that takes 160 days to grow when I only have 105. I can grow things that are less than 105. So if I try growing, uh, uh, competition watermelons, um, like these huge, 50-pound watermelons that people grow for competition and stuff like that, more than likely that's not going to grow here because we only have 105 days. Typically, things that you want to grow are things that take less than your time, unless you're going to be putting hoops and plastic over it to kind of stretch out your season, unless you have a greenhouse, things of that nature. So you need to ask what you can grow in that time frame, and that's really the big question. Perennials are only the only thing that zones affect. So you need to look at that. If you're not growing perennials, your zone doesn't really matter as to what you can and can't grow. So that's a big myth that people misunderstand. So you really need to focus on what you can grow for perennial instead of what will grow in general. So I thank you for joining me today. I hope that gives you a little bit of relief as to what you can grow. Um, I am starting to get ready. Probably next week, our grow room is used for storage in the winter for a lot of stuff that is we normally keep outside, but once winter hits, it comes inside and we put it in the grow room because we're not using the grow room until March. So next time I get a chance I'll take you up to the grow room next week, and we'll talk about lights. We'll talk about seed starting supplies. We'll talk about what we start our seeds in. We just got a majority of our seed starting supplies Saturday. I got 10 bags of coconut coir and some vermiculite, and we'll talk about those as well. So I thank you for coming and joining me, and I hope you're staying warm out there. We have more warm temps on the way in another week or so once we get past this weekend. So you folks have a good day, and remember, keep your food spicy and your thumb green, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.